Hello everyone, it's Toby Morrison here and welcome to another episode at CFS Health. Today's topic is a little bit different than what you might think. So we get questions all the time. I actually did a post yesterday saying, hey, what's a topic you'd like me to talk about so we can help you? And we've had 44 comments. I'm going to read out a couple here. We have how to increase body strength and start moving without feeling worse. We've got resetting the vagus nerve. We've got a little bit more about how to build stamina and strength, what types of exercises and how to do it. We've got how to cope when you have to work, when to do more and when not to do more. We've got how to improve sleep and pushing through pain with pain meds or listening to the pain and not pushing through. We've got how to deal with fibromyalgia. We've got how to have better nutrition, reasons why we work against ourselves and not stick to our baseline. Yeah, just how to get out of being a victim, how to manage a good exercise trajectory, how to deal with stress outside of going through the illness with family and stuff. There's a lot there. And as I was reading them, I thought, they're important topics and we can talk about all that. We can talk about regulating the ANS. We can talk about, the vagus nerve. We can talk about exercise trajectory. We can talk about baseline. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the thing that matters above all else is actually consistency and commitment. Every single week, we have huge wins inside our program. People absolutely crushing it and just winning at life and really noticing huge improvements. And there's only one thing that boils down to, and that is consistency. And consistency isn't sexy. Consistency sometimes doesn't feel good. Consistency is sometimes boring, but it is consistency that gets you the results. It's funny because we have a deck of cards here that we send out our members as a little gift. And I picked this one this morning, which was hilarious because this is what I was exactly going to be talking about: consistency over intensity. And if you want results with your movement, if you want results with your gut health, if you want results with feeling better, then you need to do things that are going to actually help you do that and move you forwards. It doesn't get done by inconsistency. It doesn't get done by doing it for a week and then stopping and giving up. It doesn't get done by going around in circles and just trying to get little bits of free information that don't actually help you, and you just can keep consuming more and more videos and content and actually don't do anything with it. So it's not actually about more knowledge. Most of you know what to do. This isn't for everyone, but a lot of you know what you need to do, but you're not doing it. So one of the things that one of my clients, Hill, he says, 23 patients in Bondi acupuncture clinic today. Very busy day, but thankful for the opportunity. That's him right there. He's one of our clients in our lifestyle integration program. He's been working with us for almost like 15 months or something like that. And Hill had chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic pain. He's a naturopath as well, studying naturopathy. He's just fully finished and qualified now. And he's back working, which is so great to see, and he's loving it. But Hill said to me one day, he said, you know what the thing I love about the program the most is that because I pay attention. It's so easy not to pay, and it's so easy not to pay attention, but me paying and being accountable to that has helped me pay more attention and be really present. Now Hill is still with us, still works with us because he just loves it and he's super accountable. He goes back and watches the recording. He jumps on a live call when he can. He jumps on the Friday wins when he can. And all these habits actually build momentum and build results. So my question to you is, are you being consistent enough? Like maybe you don't need to solve a big problem. Maybe the big problem is your consistency or lack of. I know it's hard. What you're going through is really hard. I totally get it. And you need consistency to help you get out of it. The hardest thing is, and we had a client say this in her wins the other day, is when things go wrong or you don't feel great, then you go deep into the rabbit hole of searching for some big complex problem that you need to solve. When most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, the solving and the solution is to get back to basics and just do it and be consistent. The amount of clients that I've seen who just get back on track and start winning again fast is because they do that. I might sound really harsh right now. I know that you might be thinking, God, but Toby, it's so hard. Yeah, but can you see how saying it's so hard makes it harder? Can you see how asking the same questions and going around in circles and consuming more content and doing nothing with it is probably not that helpful? Could you see that maybe searching for huge, big, complex problems when maybe you might just need a simple solution? Complexity doesn't need more complexity. Complexity needs simplicity. One of our clients said, some of the stuff that I'm learning here is so simple that I would have overridden it on my own. But now that I'm doing it, it works. We've got one client, Kathleen Maguire, who's just doing so well. Shout out to Kathleen if you watch this. She's got her life back. I'm going to read out what she said. She can't believe how much she's improved emotionally, physically, and spiritually. She's got a better connection with her husband. Even her husband now is starting to do the stuff that we teach at CFS Health. He's got his plan and he's doing it and he's sticking to it. She doesn't have time to jump on the calls anymore because she's living her life full time. And it's just super, super inspiring. So, again, we can talk about all these things that you want to talk about, the vagus nerve and the gut health and the ANS dysregulation. And the anecdote to that is just doing the work and being consistent, which is actually what will help you. This is what we do every single day. This is what we teach, and this is what actually happens day to day. But nothing's going to change until you change. You can't expect results and still do the same things and still expect to see change. You fundamentally have to become a different person. You fundamentally have to change what you're doing, how you're thinking, the questions you ask, and how you show up in order to change and feel different. But if you're expecting change and you're doing the same, you're just going to keep going around in circles. The common theme that most people say through our program is they're not the person they used to be. I'm not the same person, they say. I'm more confident, I have more energy, I have better boundaries, I live the life that I want to live, not for someone else but for me. All these things. And so one of the questions that we kind of ask you a lot is, well, who do you want to become and what does that look like? And you need to put in place practical arrangements that are going to help you in your environment to be consistent and do that work, because it's so easy not to do it. One of our clients, Carly, she said, when it comes to recovery, you basically need to give it your all in a time when you don't have the energy to give it your all. And she's not saying give it your all in terms of pushing yourself. She's saying give it your all for yourself, whether you need to just be more disciplined and be more committed and be more accountable and do what works and be consistent at it and get results. Because it's so easy to not and to go around in circles and to self-sabotage. But consistency over intensity. So one practical tip that I want you to take home today is don't aim to try and do everything. Aim to just be consistent with the daily doings. Now, that's going to look a little bit different for everybody, okay? Obviously, we have a holistic approach, so we want to make sure our sleep's dialed in, we want to make sure our nutrition's dialed in, and we're fueling our bodies. We want to make sure that we've got restorative movement going, restorative breathing, we're reconditioning our bodies appropriately from where we're at. And our mindset's switched on, yeah? We're moving forwards and we're focusing on that too, yeah? So have a holistic approach and then just simplify it. Just do what you need to do to move forwards. And focus. Where's your attention going? One of our clients said the other day, goes, oh my God, I've been so focused on my illness that I haven't been focused on my wellness for 11 years. I've been so focused on my illness that I haven't had time to focus on my wellness. No wonder I haven't gotten better. Focus on your wellness. Focus on health building habits. Focus on moving forwards, not backwards. And for some of you thinking, oh yeah, Toby, I've heard all this. Well, then great. What are you doing about it? What are you committed to? Because it's so easy to half-ass it. It is so easy to half-ass it. But the question I have for you is, what would it be like if you went all in? If you fully went all in on you? Not just half-assed it, not half-tried it. You know, I had a coach once say to me, he said, how committed are you? Are you actually that committed? At the time, I thought I was. I was like, yeah, I'm committed. What are you talking about? Like, don't question my commitment. And he wasn't saying it out of spite. He was just trying to help me build some awareness. And I realized I was half committed. And I was getting half committed results. So if you want half-assed results, then be half committed. If you want really great results, then be fully committed. I'm going to show you just quickly as well. This is you right now. And this is the peak of the mountain. So this is where you kind of want to get to, right? And so who do you have to become to get to this peak? I want you just to ponder that for a little bit. You're here right now, right? And in order to get to this mountain is going to mean different things for different people, but it might mean getting back into work. It might be starting a new career. It might be studying. It might be a new relationship. For one of our clients, it was to have a baby, to become a mother. She was told she wasn't going to be able to fall pregnant. And we had a massive conversation. She was in our program. She still is. She's been with us for 2.5 years, right? She's gone from absolutely chaos, overwhelm, symptoms. You know, this was her. Symptoms, suffering mentally, like just all over the place, up and down like a yo-yo. Overwhelmed is an understatement. You know, the conversations we were having was from a very overwhelmed place. And over time, it slowly improved. She was like this, you know, a little bit up, a little bit down, but mostly going in the forwards trajectory. Now, she's become a mum. She's working 30 hours a week. She's happy in a relationship. And she's living. Now, if she didn't pay attention and be accountable, she wouldn't be up here, all right? She'd be back down here. Symptoms, suffering, up and down, and overwhelmed. So who do you have to become to go from symptoms, suffering, this up, down, chaos, this overwhelm? Who do you have to become in order to get to where you want to be? And again, you might not want to be a mum, you might already be a mum. We've got lots of mums in our program. You might be a dude. But what does it look like for you? And how does that person think? How does that person behave? What type of people do these people hang around with? Like, your environment is so important. And if you're not being surrounded by really great people who are lifting you up, then chances are you're not in the right environment. Now, obviously, you don't get a choice of who you get that in your immediate family, but you definitely get a choice outside of that. You get to choose who you want to surround yourself with. Part of it might be watching this video right now. I know for our members, one of the reasons why they love it and they pay every single month is because they're surrounded by freaking amazing people, and you can't really put a value on that. To be in a group where you can literally just be yourself and ask any question and get support and answers every single day, and it's like super, super tight. Like, it's not like, you know, you can post anything, you can't complain, there's no negative venting, there's no bringing each other down. Like, it's a very healthy environment. It's worth being in that just on itself. Like, that is just so valuable. So where can you improve your environment? What can you do to move forwards and be more consistent? And also, how committed are you? And it's just a question to ponder for yourself. I think it's it's a good question to ask. And it's okay if you're not committed right now. If you're feeling pretty low and down, that's okay too. You know, sometimes we need that to help us get back on track. But how committed are you? And remember, consistency is what creates results. And it's going to change over time. You're not always going to have to focus on baseline. You're not always going to have to focus on your nutrition. You might transition out of that and then start to focus on movement and building your brain muscle up so you can start to work again and all those types of things. Yeah, so your focus will change over time, but it's still focusing on the things that are amplifying what you want. It's just different focuses. That's why it's so important to start with a plan and to create a plan that actually suits you and you can move forwards with. But you've got to stop going around in circles and stop trying things for 2 minutes and then giving up, or thinking that there's this one thing that you need to know the answer for and then that'll be it. No, it doesn't work like that. Like I just see it so much, and it's hard to watch because you just see it so much. It's just like, tell me the answers. I'll share with you one story before I go. This is a story of a client, Johan, and he's such a legend. It was actually his birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Johan. Johan's from New Zealand, and he joined the program, I think it was like 9 months ago. Super high achiever, lovely person. The first call we had, he jumped on a group call and he goes, Toby, tell me the supplements I need to take. I'm going to go buy everything right now. He was super stressed. He was like, tell me the supplements. You know, you could just see it on his face. Like he was just like, I need to know the answers. Like, tell me. He was coming from a place of pain. And I knew then and there, Johan didn't need more supplements. He needed to change his approach. And so we had a hard conversation that day, which changed the trajectory of his life. And he went from going, tell me the answer outside of myself, I need to, I need this, I need that, and just kind of going down these rabbit holes. And I said, you need to stop trying so hard and you need to focus on the things that you can control and not look for anything outside of yourself as the answer. But just relax. Like, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I wasn't sure how he was going to take it because it was a hard conversation to have, right? It was probably not the first thing you want to hear when you enroll in something where you invest money in yourself. And at the same time, on my front, I would be out of integrity if I didn't call it and just say, hey, this is what's going on. And the crazy thing happened, a month later, he comes back to another group call, which was kind of surprising because I thought he might have been like, oh, I don't want to be on that call anymore. And the coolest thing happened. Johan rocked up and you could literally physically see on his face the glow that he had. How much calmer he looked, how much more energy he had in his body and his face. And I said, Johan, what's going on? How's those supplements going? And he said, dude, I don't even need them. I just realized I don't actually need the supplements. I still bought some for myself, but like I'm just taking them if they help 5 or 10%, but it's like not the answer anymore, and that's fine. If they work, great. If they don't, doesn't matter. And the coolest thing is Johan's doing so well now. He's going on hikes, he's redesigning his life, he's surfing, he's doing all these types of things. So really cool. And that's, again, someone who's been super consistent and he's done this work. He's gone from here, 0, and he's starting to reach his mountains. Yeah, that's because he's been super committed and super accountable. Every single month inside our program, we run a win the month planning session. It's at the start of every month. We set the whole month ahead of time. We set intentions, we set goals, and we break it down to make sure it's really suitable and it's actually what you want. And so that's just one thing. And then every single week inside our program, we have the accountability check-in on a Friday. We post wins, share insights, and basically collaborate as a team. And that's just phenomenal too. And then obviously we do Q&A and roundtable chats with our lifestyle members, which is an integration program. Once people get better, they go into that group, which is all about life and living, which is a ton of fun. And we do roundtable chats where we mastermind and they bounce ideas off each other. Things like relationships, how to navigate new ones, how to deal with one, how to start your own business, how to, live again. And it's a ton of fun, and it's a whole different conversation ball game, and that's something you could aim for. But you need to start to move forwards, but you need to have something to aim for to move forwards, yeah? So I want you to create a little goal that you can start to work towards and be committed to. And remember, consistency over intensity is really the key right here. So I'm going to leave you with that today. I know sometimes you want more information and you think, oh, I just need to know more about this thing and that thing. Well, if you're just consistent with this stuff, you're going to do that anyway. So, throughout the program, you're regulating your ANS. Throughout the program, you're retraining your brain without even thinking about it. You're reconditioning your body without overthinking it. You're improving your mindset. You're eating better. Your digestion's getting better. Your poop's getting better. Your sleep's getting better, and your immune system's getting better. And all this kind of ties in together. And so it's not a coincidence that this stuff works. It's the work that works, but you've got to do the work. And so I know, again, it can be really challenging and super overwhelming, but we need to stop that. We need to decrease the overwhelm, decrease the suffering, stop the ups and downs, and start to build consistency and be committed to what you want to achieve and move forwards with that. Okay? I'm going to leave that there with you. If you want help with this and you want a plan and you want accountability to help with this consistency and you want to pay attention and be present, come join us in the mentorship program. It's the most comprehensive program in the world for recovery. We cover every aspect of recovery. We have brilliant specialized coaches in every different field, and we'll help you every step of the way, no matter where you're at to where you want to go. There'll be a little link somewhere on this page where you can click apply, fill out the form. You'll hear from us with a few details on how it all works. There is an investment. It works out to be about $16 a day, I think it is, Australian dollars. That's like a banana smoothie and banana bread. Okay, so if you can afford that investment, then I would highly recommend applying for the program. If you can't right now, or now's not the right time for you, go over to our YouTube channel and watch all our free videos, and go onto our website, cfshealth.com, and watch all the free trainings. There's so many there that can help you get started on this on your own. But again, if you want a more in-depth help and you want a holistic, appropriate plan for you, apply for the program. Let's get you started. We'll have a conversation and ease you into it. And the cool thing is, you don't have to do everything at once. We break it down for you and you do step one by one. All the best for now, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.